Oh, is
All
it
right.
warm there? I'm jealous.
It's hot already. It's like 76. We're supposed to be 90 today.
Oh my gosh. We still
It-
have snow on the ground.
I'm
She's
not.
in Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm living in the wrong area of the country.
Well, it gets
Now
super
it's
hot where she is.
115.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
miserable.
It's 70 here, supposed to be 82 today.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But then we're
But
supposed to be in the 60s by Monday. So
but we can have snow too. Like in 2 or 3 days, we can have snow. It's just how it is here.
I wouldn't mind
I
that.
don't feel sorry for come to Northern Ohio and you learn how to tough it out.
Yeah, you do have to tough it out. Well, I was just going to say she only has 30 minutes today, Amanda, so I thought we could just like dive in that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to talk about how you're doing with the workouts, the stretches, and do y'all love my Snoopy?
Oh, cute.
And how you're doing like with the taping so you can tell her about your leg or how it felt.
Well, it just felt like my sciatica was really acting up that day.
Like one day.
When I had the tape on my back.
Okay.
It got better after a little while. But I did end up taking it off later that night. And then it got better. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the tape wouldn't cause the sciatica, but if you had a pelvic alignment issue, maybe you threw it off or something.
Yeah.
But it's hard to tell without like actually seeing you in person, you know, to know
Right.
what's going on there. But yeah, I mean, is your back better like from a standpoint of the right side? Because that was your main complaint, right? And then you had the pain that went left-sided sciatica.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is usually the side that I get the sciatica on.
The left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in my experiences, the right side gets tight from the diaphragm all the way into the hip. And when that's tight, it pulls on it actually makes the joint cancel. So like the ball in the socket actually gets caught and then it makes the hip tight. So if the right side's tighter because of more organs, so I told you about that, right? So the liver's on the right. And then it's so weird for me because I'm backwards from what I'm doing right and it looks like I'm doing left. I'm not used, I feel like a weather person when I'm on here. I go the other way. So the right side being tight can pull on the left. So your piriformis on the left side is probably cutting off your sciatic nerve at times.
It's all just a mess.
You're twisted.
Yes. No, I definitely am. But I have felt better overall.
Good.
Yeah.
So the right side is better back in the flank area where you were hurting?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
definitely better.
Okay. Well, then you don't need tape on your back.
Okay.
Oops.
Olivia, did you give her a hip flexor stretch?
Did you send me one?
No. Is that part of like what you do? And I haven't had time to look at.
Did I get your hip flexor stretch?
Wait, are you asking me or Amanda? Oh, it's
I think
frozen.
she's having trouble today.
Well, there is a stretch. Does help that?
We're here. It's not an issue on our end this time.
I was expecting it to be mine.
Now, Janine, I don't know if you can tell. And
I can
Amanda's.
hear you, but I don't see you moving.
Yeah. Oh, there she goes.
There.
Oh, wait. There we go. Does everybody see everything?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know where is this recording at? Do you want to stop cloud recording? No. Okay, so we're doing this. Okay, so what were you saying about the hip flex?
So is that part of something that you give people to do? Because that with the adhesions in the front of the hip, it might be good to do the stretch.
Stretch.
To did you?
A stretch there, in there. So am I pausing?
Yes.
Okay. I am I looking weird? So, am I stopping?
You're okay now.
Can y'all see
You're
me?
okay now.
Yeah, you're okay right now.
Okay. Hey, Bree, hang on. Let me try something. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Just do markers for now because I think it's messing
Yeah, so when you have adhesions in your belly,
a little bit. We'll see if this works, if that's any better. Is that better?
well, yeah, it didn't cut out for a while now. So
Okay.
we're good.
Okay, so just the hip flexors, are you talking about like when you're kind of it's not really a lunge, but kind of a lunge on the floor?
Yeah, so this is the way I do it because with the adhesions in the abdominal wall, you want to make sure you provide not just a hip flexor, so not just a muscle stretch, but you want to have a myofascial stretch.
Myofascial stretch, okay.
Yeah. So I teach, I don't know, I'm going to get up on my table here. I don't know if you can see me, but so I teach people, do like this, and then touch the bottom underneath you, which that alone is a huge stretch. And then I have them add their arms in, but my arms are like straight, 90 degrees. And then turn them upside down and flex the wrist. What that does is when you add this to it, it's a fascial stretch. So it's more than just a muscle stretch, stretching the adhesions in the surface.
On the legs, in the hip?
Uh-huh.
When you do with your arms, that goes with your legs?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, now I have not heard that one before.
Well, yeah, so when you do it yourself, you'll see that without the arms, you feel it muscularly, and then if you add the arms in there, it's just a bigger stretch.
Okay.
So it's more to engage the fascial system.
Okay. Okay, so that's something she could be working on this week, right?
Uh-huh. And then if that's not enough of a stretch, then you add the arm above your head, and you imagine like lengthening, someone pulling your arm up towards the ceiling. So
one at a time?
Yeah, the side that you're stretching.
Okay. Okay, arm up with
But
side.
that may be too much to do initially. I would first do it with the arms together and then go up.
And are you doing this with your hand, with your arm up?
Oh, when you go up, no, it's just straight up,
Just
like
straight up.
but you're kind of like lengthening it, you're not just, you're reaching for the stars, you're kind of going like that when you do it.
Okay.
And that can kind of help that pull on the back too, because the quadratus lumborum and the hip flexor kind of pull together. So that's the only thing I would add.
For now, and still doing her stretches you gave her in the beginning, like turning the twisting one?
Yes.
Okay. How is that?
The twisting one has helped a ton. Like I said, I don't have the pain, and so I can move a little better in the morning. Actually, a lot better. So.
Are you still taping your tummy?
I am. I actually have to tape after the call.
Okay. And
And I checked it this morning, and it's actually a 4 from last week. So it's even one finger down.
What was it last week, 5?
Yeah.
can you feel any thickness happening yet?
Not in the last week, but I
Okay.
did feel it before that. I've had a really hard week since last Thursday.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I haven't gotten a whole lot done.
So so you haven't really probably done the workouts then because of the week you had, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what you were going to do is redo week 1 over, right? Okay. So that's what I would just tell you to do. Yeah.
That was my goal today.
Okay. So you're going to do tape and redo week 1, and you're going to try to do more rounds. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I was going to try to add another round into it.
Okay. Do you just do 1 round?
No, I do 2. So I was going to go to 3.
Okay. Okay. Do you do the wrapping?
I do it probably every other day.
Okay.
When I remember to do it.
Okay. And all right. So do you have anything else, like questions or anything about what we're doing with you?
I don't think so. I find it really interesting how it's all interconnected.
Yes. Okay. So her hip flexor is going to help with her pelvic floor, right?
Well, what it'll do is it will help with the tightness in the abdominal wall from the surgery. So it's kind of like doing a myofascial release to help
Mommy,
with
a little. This was an accident.
I don't think that's an accident.
It
But
was.
when I do that, do I lean forward on the, like, when you're on the knees, or do you
Yeah, you lunge on the opposite. Are you able to get on one knee? Is that pain?
I am. Yeah.
I usually put a pillow underneath the bottom leg, you know, so that your kneecap isn't digging into the floor.
Yeah.
But you tuck your bottom underneath you and you lean forward on the front leg, but you want to make sure your body's straight. So like when you're doing it, you don't want to be leaning forward like that. You want to stay upright.
Okay.
Do you want to do it and I can show you or critique you on
Yeah.
it?
No. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I am so jealous of that sun and warmth. Oh,
I know. Didn't it look amazing?
Well, and my husband's in the process of building the pergola.
It looks so good.
We just finished it the other day for family.
oh my gosh.
Gotta get the door. Yeah. So I'm trying to purposefully enjoy the outdoors while I can.
Before it gets too hot.
Yeah, we become hermits in the summer.
Are you from Arizona?
Yes, I was born and raised. I lived in Seattle for about 3 years.
Well, you don't get much sun there probably.
That's totally different.
I loved it though. I would go back in a heartbeat. The winters were harder just because I would go to work and come home in the dark.
Mhm.
But being at home, I don't think I would have that same trouble.
Yeah.
But we would eat in the summertime. We would eat dinner so late, because didn't get dark till it was like 9:30, and so as the sun's setting, you're like, oh, we should eat, and you're like, oh wow, it's already 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Can you see her right there, or does she need to move it down some so we can see your?
That's perfect right there.
Okay.
So if I go like this,
Okay, bend your front, yep, like that, And then, yep. You feel that? Or where do you feel it?
it just all feels tight. So I kind of feel it all over, all the way actually down through my foot. My legs are really tight right now.
Yeah. Okay, so you're leaning forward a little bit too much. Instead of leaning on that front leg, tuck your bottom underneath, like do a pelvic tilt. Yep. Kind of more like bring your tailbone under your body, like tuck it under. Yeah. Do you feel that in the front of your right leg or hip?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then that's perfect, just like that.
Do you feel a difference when you put your arms like that? I'm going to try that.
I never. That's really weird. Hi.
Yeah, it's a different stretch, especially like people that have adhesions probably won't feel it as much.
Mama.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll try the other side.
like for me, one of my hips has more adhesion, so when I do that, I definitely feel it on my troubled hip. Like I feel it on my tighter hip.
Mommy.
And this is adhesions in your belly.
From the surgery, yeah.
I feel it a lot more on this one.
Okay. Yeah, and if you don't feel it or after a couple days, then just lean forward. Yep, you can do that too. Do you feel that too much?
Yeah.
Did you feel that more?
I do feel it more.
I would start with the basic first and then progress. After a few days, you're not going to feel it.
My
Mama's trying to talk. Okay.
Did you hear anything I said?
No, sorry.
So I would start with your arms out front first and then progress to arms overhead.
Okay.
And that's the movie it was there.
Yeah, I definitely felt it on the left
You
side.
don't want to rip the tissue, you just want to tell the brain stop holding it tight. You're recording this, right, Olivia?
Yeah. I absolutely am.
I guess you go back and watch.
This is,
Yeah, she can.
Stop.
Is he getting her blanket?
Yeah. Lay
Yeah.
right on top of it.
Mm-mm.
He's my troubled one.
Okay.
He's the
Well,
one that's into everything, climbing 7 feet high to go get suckers. And
Yeah, I
He knows
was
how to do
getting
as a boy.
suckers.
well, I will be in touch with you. Janine, do you need to tell her anything else, or is that really good for her to work on right now?
No, that's good. It's just adding a stretch that will help
Okay.
prevent the back pain from returning and balance out both sides.
Mommy.
Okay.
One thing I would add though, Amanda, is if you're tighter on the left side, maybe do that one first. Because if
We
you
didn't
get
do that
come
one.
back to it,
No.
then you've at least gotten that side stretched.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's rich. You like this?
That stretch. Huh. I like it. It's cute.
You know,
Okay, well,
you know what I
we
got?
will
I got
hop
both
off
of-
here, and I mean, I don't know if I sent you the recording last week, just with my uncle dying and family in town, but I'll look and see what all I've done.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think I got it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll get these to you real quick.
Oh,
Amanda, do you have any
it's
questions for me?
You saying hi?
Do you have any questions for Janine?
No, I think that's, like I said, I haven't done a whole lot this week, so, but that switch feels really good. I think it'll help a lot.
I haven't either, so.
I just had kids run off and family in town and all sorts of craziness.
I know, it happens.
It does. It does, and it happens so fast, and it happens so, like, you just don't even realize it. Before the week's
know.
done, you're like, oh, I haven't done anything.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from the thoracic stretch, the spine twist.
Yeah.
Keep doing that. That's probably like a lifetime thing, like we get tight in that area. So,
Yeah.
like if you do nothing else, make sure you get that and you're breathing in.
Yeah. Yeah, the breathing, it's always surprising how much the breathing
Oh, he's so awesome.
really works.
Mm-hmm. You're
Yeah.
exhaling every time you pick something up.
Yeah, most of the, like, it's a really, it's still a conscious effort to go, okay,
Hi.
slow down. Because I think it's the whole point of slowing down before you do it so that you know that you need to do it. Like
Are you squatting? Is that part of the program too, Olivia? Is she squatting?
Yeah. I've told her to squat, get in and out of a chair at first, and then to roll something up to put under her heels if it was too hard, because she was having some pain. So how are you? But you haven't really practiced, right?
No, but rolling it up under my heels really helped me feel it in my glutes
Good.
rather than in my thighs.
And then eventually you can work down to that, and you know, getting in some calf stretches would be good.
Yeah, I've had to stretch my
once.
legs a lot because, like I said, my legs tend to be really tight because I'm on them a lot.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is that to get that habit of going out and every time you lift is that if you do repetitive squats, like I do them with a ball behind the back and then just squat up and down the wall. And then when you come back up from the squat, you breathe out, you blow out.
Yeah. Yeah, I've practiced. I've even used, sometimes it helps just to have the ball behind me to sit on, like to use that as my sitting.
Yeah.
To go from like up and down to use it as my, so I know that I'm not going to fall,
Yeah.
but that I know that I'm doing it properly.
Yeah.
Good.
But that's a way to reinforce it is to just get out of a squat. Every time you get out of a squat, you blow out. And then, eventually you won't even think about it anymore. It'll just happen.
I know it was getting there, and then, life happened.
Yeah. You can do it. I'm glad you're here with us. So
I am too, because this is usually the time anyways. Like you're so focused. Please. This is when you're so focused to get it done, and then you like life starts to just happen, and you're like, wait, I was doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell people that if you don't do it as an exercise program, do it in daily stuff, like you said, like when you're folding laundry, or if you squeegee your shower when you're done showering.
And dishes. Squat.
Yeah,
Pick it.
or
Work out.
doing the dishwasher, or squatting down. And the more you squat, then you come back up out of that position, you're at least getting some exercise in without making it exercise, So it's just, everything you do could be a core exercise.
Yes.
This is the littlest one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Ben
Not on the
is
big
so
screen.
much better.
Oh, how cute.
He had skull
That's the
surgery.
littlest one. That's the littlest one.
Are you ready? Well, Janine, it is 12:27 or
Okay.
1:27 where you are.
Okay.
Just letting you know. All right. So,
All right.
well, I will get this over to you, Amanda. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, y'all.
All right, you guys have a good week. All right, see you. Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Okay.